Aloha and welcome to today's webinar presentation. My name is Chris. We're here at BYU-Hawaii and we're hosting today's webinar with Michelle in preparation for our Asia Pacific Career Conference, a four-day conference held here at BYU-Hawaii designed to help students that are interested in employment in Asia Pacific connect with employers with recruiting demand. Today we're learning more about Accenture from Michelle in Seattle. Before we begin the presentation, let me introduce you to some of the aspects of our software. Those of you attending this live can see that you have the opportunity to participate in Q&A at the bottom. If you will click on the Q&A button and submit questions, we'll try to respond to those now. You will also see that there is a way to raise your hand or interact in different ways if you would like to address something or have a question. For the most part, you will see that you cannot be heard or seen, but your way of communicating with the presenter is through the Q&A. Now that we are all familiar with the technology, let's begin our webinar. The time is now yours to share your presentation. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm really excited to be attending the Asia Pacific Convention in March. I will be there in person, and we'll have some other Accenture recruiters with me who focus on college recruiting. A little bit about myself. I've been with Accenture for a year now. I formerly worked at Microsoft for 15 years and in the banking industry for prior to that. And I am responsible for the relationships between Accenture and Microsoft and enabling solutions, technology solutions around data and advanced analytics such as artificial intelligence and machine learning and robotics using the Microsoft technology. So you'll see a lot of my presentation will be focused on that, but we do have products and do services for other multiple cloud providers such as Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud Platform, and IBM and Oracle and others. I have 30 years experience as a data expert and an analytics expert. I am very excited to meet, the BYU students that have both business or technology backgrounds, because you need all those skills to make these services and these computer technologies come to life for our clients. I have a bachelor's degree in computer science from Drexel University in Pennsylvania. I am PMP certified, that's a project manager certification. And I've been, as I mentioned, doing this for 30 years. It's the thing that I love to do the most, working with data and analytics. The opportunities that we have are we're a global company. We have about 500,000 people, it's about 450,000 employees worldwide. The Asia Pacific Conference is very important to Accenture because most of our people are actually outside the US. And we are in all major APAC countries, Japan, China, India, the Philippines, Singapore, Hong Kong, all the major locations in Asia. And so we're excited to, I've invited several recruiters from those countries to come join me in Hawaii in March to meet you. There are a lot of openings in support of the systems and the services that we provide in helping companies, run these systems in accounting, in operations, in marketing, finance, and all the different business needs that they have. So this slide that I'm showing you just gives you an example of our capabilities. We service our customers 24/7 worldwide. We have customer operations team. L1 and L3 refer to kind of levels of support. So if a customer needs, it could be anything from as simple as passwords to anything as complex as when servers go down, and we have to get them back up very quickly. And so we have these Accenture cloud platforms that are available worldwide. We have hundreds of thousands of people in the command and control centers that support our customers, and provide these services that you see there: security and information and event management about their cloud environment. We monitor the environments for them. We look at the logs and make sure we understand the activity that's going on these computer environments, and orchestrate and provision. That just means we help bring on new services for our clients all the time on these environments that we have for them. So we have some major support areas around the world: US, Argentina, Bangalore. And so we have command and control centers. We have continuous innovation, as I mentioned, 24/7 support. Here are some examples of the types of, on the left is kind of like the locations where we are, the types of clients that we serve: banks, retailers, government institutions, telcos, federal services, and the types of environments that we have. So on the right are some examples of some of the things that we do in all these different countries, all the different types of countries that we've serviced: insurance companies, investment firms, banking, and some of the types of work that they have us do. Anything from the one in the middle there, supporting pricing and litigation strategies. So this is why we need folks not only that are technical, but have interest in business, and can understand and become subject matter experts in a line of business or in an industry worldwide. And it's very important. We do have it's a global footprint, but we have very much a local mindset. We need people who understand the culture and the language, and to work with our clients in those different countries. I know we have Q&A at the end, I believe, right, Chris? But people, if you get any questions along the way, please let me know.
Okay, thank you.
Let me just see. Okay. I'm gonna stop sharing for a minute and go to a couple, a few slides ahead. So I think it's very important that we work and try to bring on college recruiting talent. That's very important to us, to enable our teams to work with our clients and with our industries, and to bring people up into these new industries. We have oftentimes the teams are anywhere from let's see if we can see this. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. This talks about, is an example of the types of alliances that we have worldwide. Microsoft is only one company that we work with, but it's a very large and important client for us because of something called the power of three. So 17 years ago, Accenture and Microsoft joined forces in a new company called Avanade that is focused on solely the Microsoft technologies. And this is an example of the type of reach we have globally, and the type and the strength that we bring to the market with these types of alliances. We have, for example, in the Microsoft space, probably about 75,000 people skilled worldwide just on the Microsoft technology, but we also have similar numbers skilled in different technologies. We have, billions of dollars in revenue just coming from those. We get awards by Microsoft for the types of expertise that we have, and we have, several partner. They call them gold and silver partner competencies, and so there's really strength in numbers. When you think about Accenture, it is one of the largest. It is probably the largest firm in the world with 500,000 people. There's really no other firm that is bigger than that. And so with the partnerships that we have, like with Microsoft, where Microsoft is not only one of our biggest customers, we're also one of their biggest customers. Likewise, And, we have these types of arrangements with other companies as well. So, the ability to move up and to do different things at Accenture is really endless. We're organized by, we're considered a technology company. So last year we were number 10 in the top 10 technology companies in the world. Microsoft was number 1, and I believe Amazon was number 2, Apple was 3, etc. And then number 10 was actually Accenture. And so Accenture, has grown from a little bit of its history. Decades ago, was started as an accounting firm called Arthur Andersen, and now it's been refactored and called Accenture. Accenture is really a name based on 2 words: accent on the future. So that's what we focus on. We focus on helping our customers see what's new, imagine what's next. So when I talk about my particular interest in advanced analytics and robotics and artificial intelligence, that's the type of work that we get to do at Accenture. And so it's very exciting, when we bring in college recruits, folks that have new ideas and different ideas to help us bring some of that to realization. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for enthusiastic, future thinking type people who are willing to work hard and come in and join our teams. So here are some terms, you might not know exactly what they are, but these are the types of things that, we're experts in terms of being a Microsoft Gold partner. There's similar type of competencies that we have, like with Amazon and with Google as well. And so it's everything that we need to build systems, such as application development, to support systems such as the data centers. We need project managers. We need folks that are experts in marketing and sales as well. It all comes together. Communications is, communications majors, for example. So when you think about these types of competencies, there's different types of degrees and skills that, would align to them. So application development, like computer science; communications, English or communications majors; small and mid-market cloud solutions. These are mostly sales and marketing teams, so it's people that have experience in marketing degrees, for example. Project portfolio management tends to be, you could get post-college certifications from the Project Management Institute. I have a PMP, Project Management Professional. So there's additional certifications as well. Accenture spends a lot of time training our folks on the latest technologies, as well as encouraging and allowing people to go to conferences and to get additional training, 40 to 80 hours a year on in order for people to keep up on all the latest and greatest technologies and methods around project management, around communications, around marketing, for example, for people with business degrees. And so those are the slides that I had for today, and I'm happy to, respond or answer any questions people have. Hopefully, if there's any general questions, Chris, that you guys may have had prior, I can certainly help answer those in terms of what Accenture is. Hopefully, I've given a pretty good overview.
Okay. I think for most students that are interested would be like what kind of opening or position that Accenture is offering to students, especially.
Sure.
So that student can know ahead of what kind of opening that you guys
Okay.
offer.
So the hierarchy at Accenture goes like this. Most people come in as an analyst, right, which means 0 to 2 years experience, right? And analysts are doing a lot of the hands-on work, building, presentations like for marketing or sales presentations, working on spreadsheets for analytics or financials, learning technologies. If you have a computer science degree, for example, you're actually doing development, or you're doing, you're working in large teams where you're doing maybe coding or, doing architectural designs. So it starts at an analyst, then it goes to a consultant. A consultant has about 2 to 5 years experience. It's usually at Accenture every like 1 to 2 years you're moving up, right, until you get some of the higher level. So you got analyst, you come in as an analyst, you go to a consultant, and then you're working on larger teams at that point. And then it goes to a manager where you're managing other consultants and analysts. And then you go to a senior manager, which is me, where I actually have a really pretty broad scope of responsibility in terms of accounts. I'm the Microsoft lead for North America. I work with Microsoft, a huge client. And then they have managing director, and that's a partner. And those people usually handle, like, again, very large scope, like North America or global or country. And all the work that's going on in those areas. So it goes analyst, consultant, manager, senior manager, and then partner. It takes about, from analyst to manager, it takes about 10 years. And then after that, usually you're a manager, maybe 2 to 5 years, you become a senior manager, and then that usually 2 years and you become, a managing director. So it takes probably a career, 10 to 15 years to get to be a managing director. But, it's very, Accenture as a managing consulting firm, it's different than like corporations or other businesses, because we're consultants, we're looking for, top-notch people, but our compensation is also higher than like a regular corporate job, because we're, you're a consultant, right, to some, to a client. And so we're charging, pretty high rates for our people because, of their, what they bring to the table, their creativity, their, intelligence, their, the way that they present ideas, etc.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Does that help?
Yeah, yeah. So I also see that Accenture is a global or international company.
Yes.
And as you mentioned, that you will also have different recruiter from recruiting for different countries.
Yes.
So does that mean that all students will be have to have this opportunity, or you're looking for some certain regions students?
So we have openings everywhere. So the the country locations vary by size. So, for example, India, there's huge operational centers. Philippines, huge operational centers, like I mentioned, that support the systems. We have sales organizations worldwide, in Japan, and Singapore, Hong Kong, everywhere, China. And so the recruiters will have specific details about what is needed in their country, but there's always a constant need for analysts and to bring in. And we tend to bring in just, since I have hosts, male and female hosts here, we tend to bring in, 50% women, 50% men at the analyst level. And so we have opportunities for everybody. And there's a lot of, it's, I think recruiting, there's also internship openings if you're a junior. And I think our recruiting cycle is just in time for the March event. I think it they start picking people in March to come in for the summer, for example, to work at Accenture on real projects, 3 to 6 months, and then there's actual job openings for full-time jobs after you've graduated. So that's what the recruiters will know for their own countries. I'm still trying to get verification of who's coming. I have the folks at the BYU, Career Center helping to line up everybody else, but I'll be there and for sure. And be able to, I think we have a booth and we have like interview rooms and things like that we can actually speak with everybody or, whoever's interested.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah. And I think it's 4 days, right? I think so.
Yeah.
We have plenty of time, so to meet people.
Great. Yeah. Thank you for answering those questions.
Sure. Yeah. Do you have any other questions from the audience? Can we open it up there? Yeah.
I don't think we have
a few
any
minutes.
questions so far.
Okay.
But then this the whole video call is recorded, so therefore students they can
Sure.
look it up online, and if they do, they might come to talk to you when you come here in Hawaii.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to. I've done similar things, like at Stanford and Berkeley, my alma mater, Drexel, back in Pennsylvania. I did about 10 years ago. I did like a nationwide tour of colleges and universities. So I'm happy to talk with people. However we organize that, I don't know if it's going to be like 15, 30-minute slots or whatever to talk to people. But yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting everybody. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much for joining
Okay.
us today, Michelle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
You
Take
too.
care.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye now.